Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss meat preservation. The purpose of meat preservation is to add to the length of the time that meat is kept fresh, healthy, and bacteria free for human consumption. Meat is preserved using many different processes. The process a specific meat is preserved under is largely determined by the meat, what meat will be used for when it is consumed. Whatever the process, meat preservation is in place to save those who consume the meat from contracting foodborne diseases. Why meat is preserved? First, to delay product spoilage, extend the life of the product, and improve the product quality. Different preservation techniques are used like freezing, chilling, canning, drying, salting, irradiation, dehydration, and smoking. First of all, we will discuss freezing. Since the time frame of World War II, freezing has become most popular way to preserve meat. So, ideal temperature for freezing is minus 55 degrees centigrade. Commercially, freezing is done at minus 29, and at domestic level, it is done at minus 18 degrees centigrade. Freezing basically works by stopping the enzyme activity and microbial growth of bacteria, yeast, and molds. Almost 98% of water freezes at minus 20 degrees centigrade. Complete crystal formation of water occurs at minus 65 degrees centigrade. Fast freezing produces better quality than that of low freezing process. Microbial growth usually stops at minus 12 degrees centigrade. The major disadvantage of freezing is during slow freezing, formation of large ice crystal damage the cell and result in a protein denaturation. Sometimes the texture of meat changes by this process. So, storage duration of frozen meat in case of beef is about 12 months. For mutton, it is usually 6 to 9 months, and in case of poultry, it is 3 to 6 months. Chilling. It is necessary to reduce the temperature of carcass immediately after evisceration to 4 degrees centigrade within 4 hours of slaughtering. Two main types of chilling processes are done: immersion chilling and air chilling. In case of immersion chilling, the duck is immersed in chilled water, usually at with temperature maintained at 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. In case of air chilling, carcass is misted with water in a room with chilled air. Air chilling जो air chilling procedures हैं, those are usually safer than water chilling with respect to its microbial count. It helps to prevent denaturing of proteins. Another method is canning. Canning is the process of applying heat to the food that is sealed in the jar in order to destroy any microorganism that can cause food spoilage. Usually, there are two types of canning procedures: water bath canning and pressure canning. For meat, we usually use pressure canning, that produce steam at about 140 degrees centigrade temperature. During the canning process, air is driven from the jet and a vacuum is formed as the jar cools and it is sealed. Another method of preservation is drying. Drying may be done for the single purpose of dehydrating fresh meat for extension of storage. Drying and fermentation must go hand in hand to achieve desired flavor and shelf life. Generally, it is sun-dried and solar-dried. In case of solar drying, there are two types of dryer: tunnel dryers and multi-collector dryers, which usually operate at a temperature of about 70 to 80 degrees centigrade. The major disadvantage of drying is spontaneous evaporation and waste loss during drying cause changes in the shape of the meat through shrinkage. Meat pieces become smallest thinner, and darken in color. Texture of meat also changes from soft to firm and then firm to hard. Another method of meat preservation is irradiation. Irradiation does not make food radioactive or compromise nutritional quality or noticeably change taste, texture, or appearance of the food. In fact, any change made by irradiation are so minimal that it is not easy to tell if a food has been irradiated or not. Food irradiation is basically the application of ionizing radiation to food. Is a technology that improves the safety and extends the shelf life of food by reducing or eliminating the microorganisms and insects, like pasteurizing milk and canning fruits and vegetables. Irradiation can make food safer for the consumer. Food and Drug Administration is responsible for regulating the source of irradiation that are used in irradiating foods. So, the process of irradiation, there are three sources of irradiation approved for the use on food. Gamma rays are emitted from the radioactive form of the element cobalt-60 or from the element cesium-137. The gamma radiation is used routinely to sterilize medical, dental, and household products and is also used for the radiation treatment of cancer. X-rays. X-rays are produced by reflecting a high energy stream of electrons of a target substance, usually one of the heavy metals, into the food. X-rays are also widely used in medicine and industry to produce images of internal structures. Another type of radiation used for food preservation is electron beam. Is similar to X-rays and is a stream of high energy electron propelled from an electron accelerator into the food. Advantages of irradiation is prevention of foodborne illnesses to effectively eliminate organisms that cause foodborne illnesses like Escherichia coli, Salmonella. Preservation to destroy and inactivate organisms that cause spoilage and decomposition. As a result, shelf life of the food product is extended. Then irradiation also helps in insect control. To destroy insects in or on tropical fruits usually imported in United States are irradiated. Irradiation also decreases the need of other pest control practices that may harm the food. Smoking. Smoking as a mode of food preservation is probably one of the oldest method, as old as cooking with fire. Heat and smoke infuse a delicate flavor to fish, poultry, and other type of meat, and can preserve that meat by preventing the growth of microbes. While smoking done right is a very effective form of food preservation, care must be taken to avoid contamination and foodborne illnesses. There are different types of smoking techniques. Hot smoking. Hot smoking is done in a smokehouse or a more modern electric kiln, usually over a short period of time just until the meat is cooked. The meat is cooked and smoked at the same time over a burning fire or an electrical element of the kiln. Another method is coal smoking. Coal smoking is done over a much longer period of time for about 12 to 24 hours over a smoldered fire. Its temperature is below 85 degree Fahrenheit. Since foods are held in temperature danger zone, rapid microbial growth could occur. Liquid smoke. Many consumer and commercial operations use liquid smoke to add smoky flavor to their foods. Liquid smoke has advantage over traditional smoking in that it can be more precisely controlled and the smoke flavor is instantaneous. Advantages of smoking are it kills bacteria and slows the growth of other type of bacteria. Add some flavors to the food, prevent fat from developing a terrible taste. It changes the color and make food more pleasing to the eyes. Can last longer in shelf life. Major disadvantage of smoking is eating too much smoked food can lead to some type of cancers due to retrosamines. Salting and curing of meat. Salted meat is preserved and cured with salt. Salting either with dry salt or brine are very common methods. Salt basically inhibits the growth of microorganisms by drawing up the water out of the microbial cells through osmosis. Concentration of salt usually managed up to 20% as required to kill most of the species of the unwanted bacteria. The major advantage of salting is it makes water unavailable for microbial growth. Processes does not destroy nutrient. The major disadvantage of this process is it inhibits microbial growth and autolytic enzymes. And give a concentrated, strong, salty flavor to food. Dehydration. Dehydration in food processing means by which many type of foods can be preserved for indefinite period by extracting the moisture, thereby inhibiting the growth of microorganisms. The major advantage of dehydration is it is the most nutritious way to preserve the food. Enzymes, vitamins and other minerals are destroyed by this high canning temperature. Dehydrating food is a quick and a very easy way to preserve. Glass, plastic or metal airtight food container can be used to store your dehydrated fruits, vegetables and meat, any other food you want to preserve. And dried food does not need to be refrigerated. It can be stored at room temperature for fair amount of time. The major disadvantage of dehydrated food is they have different properties than fresh ones. They can be less healthy. Dehydration is a process that removes water. Dehydrated foods are higher in calories per ounce than that of the in comparison to similar amount of fresh food. They can be higher in sugar. Thank you. That's all. Further हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करेंगे इन सारी टेक्निक्स को फॉर द प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ मीट. थैंक यू सो मच.